The holidays are getting here, Adam. I know it doesn't feel like it, but they're on their way.
It was a little chilly last night, so I believe it's coming.
But the problem is people need money to buy gifts for loved ones.
And they got a list. Unless you're listing, people can't buy it if it's not on the internet.
If you're looking to make some money and you're looking to make it fast, you got that death pile of clothing. Cellhound is for you.
We've got some good friends over there. Suzanne, she's been helping us out.
She's been liking our videos. I don't know if you've seen over on our YouTube page, but she's been making comments. She loves us, Adam. I don't know what we did right, but she loves us.
It's because you brought up Gene Simmons. That's why.
It didn't hurt.
Well, our friends at Cellhound are giving you a special offer. If you go on there, sign up for an account, it'll help you to get your clothing items, your death pile. It'll help you to get listed a lot faster, which means more sales.
I mean, your clothing, your shoes, your women's handbag, purse type items.
I know you got a lot of those, so let's help you out. Let's get those items listed. Derek, how can they qualify for that?
Well, first off, they're going to let you do your first 3 for free. Just try it out and see if you like it. Learn how it works. So, you can't beat free.
You're out of nothing.
Everyone knows if they're going to do it for free, you're going to get hooked.
If it's free, it's for me.
After that, you just put in Deathpiles, all capitalized, Deathpiles 25, and you get 25% off whatever subscription you decide to go with.
That sounds like a wonderful deal to help you make more money. And like I said, that's what they're all about, is helping you get that bottom line so you can enjoy the things you want to enjoy.
Get some holiday cash.
And spend it at everywhere you want on the internet.
Here comes the money. Here comes the money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money.
So it's Christmas, Adam, and what have you done? Another year wiser, and how here we've begun.
For the Death Piles and Taxes, episode number 2612.
Hey, someday we'll be at that number, and they'll be like, you doubled up. Adam's hiding things from me for the beginning of the show, which is always a good sign of, well, it's always a good sign.
I'll tell you what I did this week. I messed something up.
Not much. Oh, you messed something up. That sounds about par. You ate two
McRibs.
Two McRibs, which I'm proud of you.
In 2 days. That if you haven't done it, do yourself the treat. You've earned it. Go get you a McRib.
McRib's back for a limited time, and throw in a holiday pie. You'll thank me later.
Get the onions, get the pickles, you get the full effect.
Hey, have you ever tried it with cheese?
No.
You can do that.
I will do that tomorrow.
And
I'll triple down.
And now we need to send McDonald's a large bill, but anyways, I listened to another podcast about McDonald's. Adam, do you think it was good for the price?
It was great for the price.
Okay, what do you got? What do you got?
I was there, so I've been ordering some stuff. I've got on this nostalgia thing, like so we talked about buying things, reselling them online. Unfortunately, COVID has really kind of made us adapt, but it hasn't been unfortunate because we're still making money, so that's always fun.
That was good. I actually had a couple days ago. It's amazing. I hadn't worked on eBay for a while, and we always say it, and sometimes I think we forget it, but if you list or if you start working on your store, things start selling, the algorithm starts going. I had over a $500 day on Thursday.
Look at you go.
So for those of you out there that are kind of spinning the wheels or just whatever, can't really get the motivation, start working on your store a little bit. Start listing some things. Start, maybe doing some discounts, doing some sales, whatever you're going to do. And watch that money train roll in.
If you're like Derek, most of the things, your death pile is what they refer to in the economic term. It is a sunk cost. My good friend JCP, Jimmy Cheapy Pants, he taught me that at the Brigham Young's University. I was there for a minute before they kindly asked me to leave.
Condolences for you and your cougars.
We were in the same class. We attended it.
They never kindly ask anybody. They just kick you out, Adam. You don't be nice. They kicked us both. I was just there just as a spectator and got kicked out a couple of times. So.
We hear that rowdy kind of crowd.
A little too rowdy, but they asked you to leave, but that's a sunken cost? Is that what you're saying?
It's already gone. Like, your death pile, it literally, it's like money in the bank. I mean, your stuff that you sold for $500. Like, I mean, how long ago did you buy that stuff?
Well, see, here's how it works. Is you start listing stuff, and other stuff that's been sitting there for years starts going. Yeah. So, who knows? Some things had been there for a couple days, and some things have been there, yeah, for years.
And that's what we talk about. It's a hobby, but it pays you for a hobby. Like every time you go to a concert, it's an event. It's something nice. We're not talking about selling the tickets. Derek's done well, and he's done awful on it. But when you go to a concert, like once it happens, it's done. It's over with. Okay. Same thing when you go to a football game. It's done. It's over with. Although we're getting into a little of the ticket things. That's another thing.
Oh man, you'll be jealous once I tell you what I've procured myself.
Yes.
I can see that you've procured some things your own self.
Yes. But like I say, once you go to these things, once you have a round of golf, once you go to a movie, like, you're not going to get money back. Okay? It's not like you're going to say. But if you're doing what Derek and
I thought when you
Peter-
played golf, you played for money per hole and you came out ahead a lot.
Well, that's
Is
true.
that not true?
That's only when you play with the Pelican. That guy, he's a weasel in the grass. Like, he knows what he's doing. He plays well when he
Somebody's
needs
got
to.
a Venmo. You Venmo $20 to each person that you trust, and then he can divvy it out as you go.
And playing with his brother is even worse. That guy is like he.
Oh, I guess you're counting your own strokes. I gotcha.
That's right.
I gotcha.
Yes. But anyway, like once you paid for something, it's gone. But with reselling, you've had your fun. You've gone to the thrift store. You've bought these things. Yes, you paid money for them, but there is a real probability if you do a little work, you put it online, you're going to get paid to do that.
Or even everything that you just said. You go to a concert, maybe you buy some T-shirts.
Yes.
You go to golf, maybe you're getting a new set. You're selling your old clubs.
Yes.
You got some Magic Tiger Woods hole-in-one balls. You go to the movie theater, you get you Tiger Woods balls is making Adam laugh. You get you a movie poster. Sometimes they sell the posters. I've sold posters for mine. So I mean, even your hobbies that seem like sunken costs, well, a waste of money or time or whatever. Oh, is it due 30? Oh, it's been a while. Adam's back on the gas. I'm drinking me a water.
A diet water.
Because these golden pipes need a little liquid coating. But anyway, or you go to a football game or whatever, you buy paraphernalia.
Wow.
Or what am I trying to say?
Oregon paraphernalia.
I'm trying to say, like,
Everything's legal there now.
well, yeah, it is. That's where those mushrooms are that Adam's been putting on his pizza. But no, like
Then I bought at McDonald's.
your clothing, pizza at McDonald's. You remember when McDonald's had pizza?
Yes.
Okay. But you go and you buy apparel and things like that. Now, a lot of that does go down from what you bought it for, especially if you buy it at a concert or at a concert or sporting event or whatever. But there's still some value there. What do you got, Adam? I've been derailing you.
Well, I
Sunken
just
cost
wanted to
leaders.
do that. The sunken cost, you make money. You said $500, and I'm like, Derek's got probably about $460 in his account because of these transactions. So,
Well, it's nice when
good up on you.
it's nice when. So I was watching football as we do on the weekend, and I can't remember was it the Monday night game or the Sunday night when the Eagles were playing the 49ers?
Sunday night.
So we had it on there for a little bit, and the Eagles weren't doing so good. And me and Adam have been talking about Jalen Hurts here for a little while. If you go back in the archive, we do talk about things.
I know.
And
That's hard.
they were playing the Green Bay Packers because that's my wife's team. Her dad was a big Green Bay Packers fan. They were up pretty good on them, and they put in Jalen Hurts, and I said, we need this guy to do good.
Yes,
and she looked at me all confused because it's not her team, and I don't really have an NFL team. I just follow players that I like from various colleges or whatever. And she's like, what? And I said, we need this quarterback to play really good. And he had a pretty good couple of series, and before you know it, I had a ka-ching and what was it, $125?
He told me 125.
That I sold one of his rookie cards for just off the bat. So, and I said, remember that I told you we needed to play good? And she goes, yeah. I said, well, this is why. So I still have a few out to get graded and stuff. This was actually, it was kind of cool. It was Leaf did it was like a production proof. It was 1 of 1. I bought it off of some other auction site that doesn't really matter. I have a Jake Farm one and somebody else one too. So anyway, hopefully
Making that money, watching, doing what you like. But
watching football made me money. So again, Adam, back to your pile here.
So I told you, thanks to our buddy Bill at Collect Football, I've been getting into this soccer stuff. I'm trying to fill my wagon. I'm working on my IRA. This is my retirement plan here. I know it sounds
You gotta have it.
Diversify.
This is part of your retirement plan.
Oh no, this is it. This is the whole thing.
Well, we need to talk, Adams. As somebody that does taxes for people, you should know you got to spread those eggs around.
We are banking on Pokemon and Alex Rodriguez cards. That's one thing we haven't done is that Pokemon. But anyways, I found, it's the whole ripping. We talk about rip and wax.
Yeah, that's the fun. That's the treasure.
I was able to find some.
Oh, those are sealed?
World Cup. Oh yes, baby. These are sealed. These are sealed World Cup stickers made in Italy from 1990.
That's pretty
These
good
are
find.
30 years old. I was able to find 20 of them on Macari for like $22.
Ooh.
And we had the Diego Maradona. He passed away a couple weeks, but he was murdered allegedly. I can't confirm or deny.
They can look it up. They can Google the story.
I don't want to get lawyers involved again like the last time. But if you can find that card in there, it's worth some dollars.
So here's my question to you. Do you leave them like that and let people buy them thinking that they might find that card and bid them up? Or do you open them and try to find that card yourself?
We got 20 of them, so we're opening 10 and we're keeping 10.
I was going to say, I found that, it's fun to open them, and if you hit it, you're doing great. But it seems, especially in a lot of cards, just the, I've been selling a lot of football mosaic, and they go for a lot more just on the potential of, hey, what might be in there, versus when you open it and find what's really in there. But it's a lot funner to open them and look at it. So
I just found this thing. You could see through the package, and you could see the one card.
So you got one free peek.
I got one free peek, and I got to look it up because that's card number 1 right there.
Oh, so you can actually see the card number.
You can see the card number, so you can exactly see which card it is. So I think that.
So everything goes right. You might just be sitting.
So there's that, and then I pulled the trigger on your guy. You can say it. I think on there you call it my guy. That's what the people are saying nowadays. I got it on D-Roy's guy.
My boy Barry.
Your boy Barry Barack Obama. I pulled the trigger and got 90 of this whole entire set. But let me show you. This is spectacular, magnanimous. Just like D-Roy's talked about in the past. You can make money on anything. If you'd like to.
If you only try.
If you only try, and it doesn't matter if you like it or not,
Exactly.
I figured realistically there's a lot of things, but these are these special sticker series.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that is cool.
Yeah, so like.
Where did you find those?
Exactly. I'm not telling you. I snipe me those.
I would.
So these are just some really cool, unique stickers. I've done my research. There's none that are, there's none that are graded. But again, they're very unique. They're a sticker.
They're official. It's not like some guy just made them in the basement.
Yeah, it's not some off-brand.
You might be sitting on some good money there.
I know that I am because I've looked up. You cannot buy a Barack Obama PSA card that's any kind of grade for less than $50, and anything that's good. And there's only like 2 or 3 of them. Anything that's good, you're talking 150, 200. So.
And I'd say the same about the current president. Controversy creates cash. We say it all the time, whether you like him or not. And I know when I'm talking to Obama here, I say my boy Barry, that some guys out there are revving up the diesel to roll coal on me. I get it. But it's the same thing. It's make the money, and that's where it's at. So I've sold plenty of Barack Obama T-shirts, but I've sold plenty of Donald Trump T-shirts, board games, paraphernalia. Again, is the word of the day. So that's a great find, Adam.
Yeah, I was pretty excited about that, and it was very inexpensive, like extremely inexpensive. So.
Well, it's very inexpensive, but the thing is, the population is not there.
Yes.
You have the only ones that will be graded. I was looking, so I've been buying things a little bit, and I've found some real deals, and then I found some not so much real deals. And I was looking, and in the graded card community. And maybe this is a little subtopic. Maybe we need a whole other podcast that just talks about, selling and dealing with cards. But I don't got time for that. But there's people that get these good cards and then they get them graded by these inferior companies.
Yeah, what is that about?
And then they try to inflate the prices to what they would be with the major companies.
Yeah.
And it just kind of drives me nuts. Kind of grinds my gears. I called the guy a carny today, not in a good way. There's this guy. I actually was texting back and forth with him. He's Painter's arch nemesis, so I can't say that I kind of liked him a little bit as we were talking. But this guy here, his technique is somebody will put something up for auction or for sale, and so he might even sell it, but before he ships it, if this guy finds it, he'll communicate with the person and say, hey, I'll give you an extra $100 if you just cancel it, which is a real snake in the grass move. To me, that's Bush League. If you've made the selling agreement, you should go through with it. But anyways, this guy's, the reason I know this is because it's been done to Painter a few times, which has really irritated him a bit, but it's kind of a carny move. But this guy has a wonderful collection, but then he's getting his cards and some things graded by some not so, I mean, it's the lesser, but he's charging the superior price, which prerogative, whatever. I guess if he wants to do it, he can do it, but it's kind of weird. But then in his item description and things, it's kind of misleading where you can put your details and stuff. One of the things he had like a Rock rookie card, and then as we looked at the set, that was the card that wasn't there. So there's a few things like that. So I'd say try to be ethical. That's a wide door of what you feel is right and ethical. As I went off last week enough that I got a few phone calls to see if I was all right. And I'm hold on, I'm about to get fired up again here. Second half of the show, what's going to happen? But Adam, did you see the big text messages last night about what we found?
I am going to say something. Are you talking about the Rock game?
No, I'm talking about Tab.
Oh, I did talk about the Tab.
What's the Rock game? Let's hear it.
Before you get to that, if you're not in these in Mercari, eBay, like you can get notifications anytime a new product comes up. There's a particular board game, card game that Derek has gotten some money cards with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and it basically it's a trivia game. And if you have that card, I mean, it used to be a couple $100. Now it's in the 4 digits.
Oh, it's upwards of 4 digits and going higher, as long as it's graded correctly. All that kind of stuff works out.
Did Painter get the one?
He's got one. Me and him. So
no, the one that just was like 2 days ago for like $20.
I don't think he got for $20, but the one that he showed that he bought. I don't remember the exact price he paid. I don't think he got the $20.
Okay, because there was like a note. Anyways, what I'm trying to get at is get those notifications. If you have something that you're like interested or you're always finding, get a notification. So as soon as it comes up, because this game come up. And it was only like after 8 minutes it was sold because this guy didn't know what he had.
Oh, it moves fast. And
yes,
that's where
super fast.
That's where I have been able to do a few of those. There's also a Stone Cold Steve Austin card in that same series that's going up in value quite a bit too. Sometimes the Rock card will be removed because somebody knows what they have or it's worth some money. It's a Cardinal Trivia WWE series. I shouldn't be telling everyone all this because I'm just creating more competition for myself. But I figured we've talked about enough on the show that if you really cared, you found it out. And they got cards, but like I'm saying, it was for like a board game, but these are considered, some of these are like the Rock's rookie card or like early Steve Austin in the WWF card. Anyway, there's certain cards in that series, there's like an Owen Hart, that do go for some good money, even not graded if you're just able to find it, but especially if they go graded or if you can find it sealed, it goes, I mean, it's just insane prices right now.
Crazy, like astronomically crazy.
And so it's kind of the same like Adam's saying with he won't tell me where he got those stickers, which is a smart move, but if you know what they are and where you found them, I mean, put the alert on it, and I'd advise the same right now, or your World Cup. If you find something that's a good little niche for you, put that alarm out, and when you get your notifications or when you're on a lunch break or whatever, just scan through it, and if you're able to get something at a great value, that you're going to be able, I sound like a Walmart guy now, at great value with the Kirkland Zone, you signature, but you put that little thing on it, it chimes on your phone or whatever, and I mean, you can order, pay, and have it on its way in less than 5 minutes anymore. So
yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely just crazy with what comes up, and people are always selling, and just because it's on, it's online or it's on eBay or Mercari or Buy It or whatever they are, doesn't mean there isn't a lot of meat on the bone to be made.
Yeah, not everyone knows. Sometimes, like we say, they're cleaning out the closet, or they collected. A lot of times with this early, 90s wrestling type stuff, there's just somebody that was a fan when they were a kid or whatever, and they don't have need for it. Maybe they're clearing out a storage unit, they're moving, whatever. They're just trying to make some space, and some of this stuff comes up, and if you can snag it fast, you can really make a good value on it. But sometimes, it doesn't pay the other way, and they do find out what they have, and then the prices skyrocket, and good for them. That's what we're going to do anyways. But Adam, can I talk about Tab?
You tell me. I think you ran into some tab last.
So a few weeks ago we were talking about this. The diet soda tab, which was the first diet drink ever that tastes like battery acid. I don't know if you've ever had it, but it's really
Battery acid, no.
Either tab or battery acid. It's hard to distinguish, but it should be called Jolt. That should have been the first Jolt.
Yeah.
I mean, you take a swig of it and you're awake. You know what's up. But anyway, it was discontinued. It was a bolo that we put out a couple months ago, probably.
Yeah, it was.
And I drove all over this area, and Mr. Painter drove all over like the central southern end of our state. And my brother Aaron found like 4 cans at the MPS store. And
Ooh.
boy, we thought we were slaughtering the old fat hog. I thought, we're going to be able to make some money off these 4 cans. And anyways, last night, true to his word, this is good while you make relationships and you have friendships and you're good to people. Mr. Painter gave me he sent us a text, and it was a case of
random text.
It was a case, and so I'm like, I just put the exclamation mark, like whatever. And before I even sent the message, he called me and he's like, "Hey man, down here at the grocery store," it was just in where we grew up, our local town grocery store. He's like, "They got like a pallet of this. Is this still discontinued or what's going on here?" And I'm like, "As far as I know, let me do some quick Googling, So basically, he's like, "I got 3 or 4 cases. I'm coming back after dinner." I did the Google, and it's discontinued at the end of this month. So this must be like the last batch push out.
Yeah.
And I called my dad. I said, "Hey, can you go down to the store and get a few cases of tab?" And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "I just, I was like, I can drive down, or can you pick up a few, and I'll pay you back, and we'll figure it out, or whatever." And he listens to the show enough to kind of know what's up, but kind of like,
Yeah.
"You're crazy." I said, "No, Painter's down there, and he's got a few." And he said, "There's a bunch down there." So he calls me when he gets down there. He's like, "How many do you want?"
Wasn't he in a fisticuffs with Painter's wife?
Well, Painter's wife was there too, and he just sends his wife down. I guess he was taking care of dinner. He's like, go get the soda, go get that tab."
He got his limit on that.
He's like, "We got a limit. You got to go down there." Denny Everitt's on his way. Get as many as you can. Actually, he said something about let Dennis or whatever get as many for Derek as they need, but take the rest or something. And so anyway, so they're there in a standoff, and my dad's like a tab standoff. My dad's like, "Well, how many do you want?" I'm like, "Oh, 2 or 3, And my wife Holly's like, "5, get 5."
There you go.
I'm like, "Okay, get 5." And he's like, "Well, how about 6? I got 6 in the cart right now." Okay, and so I'm thinking the guy that has to do all the work that's on there, I'm the one that's like 2 or 3. And then my wife, who was like, "Get 5," and then he's like, "Well, I'll give you 6." So, well, either way, well, I'm holding out. I'm the prices have kind of went.
They're gonna go up.
They're going to go up, but I think the market kind of got saturated a little bit. I think this last
They were
push.
listening to the podcast.
So, I mean, now you can buy like a 12-pack for like the $20 or whatever, but before it was about a can at $20.
Yeah.
I'm holding out with a can at $20. Some real quick math that I did in my head was like,
a GER.
I did six. Yeah, well, basically, it's like I got 6, whatever.
12 packs.
24 packs.
Oh, wow.
I got 6 24 packs.
Wow.
It was like 96 or something cans, and you do 20 times that. It was well over well over $1,000. So I thought
Closer to almost 2,000.
I'm in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
I'll send out. I'll take out every measure to wrap that tab up really really nice and special.
Yes.
And that's what we're gonna do at least for the next year. I don't see. I mean, because people are going to be swilling it down, holiday, Christmas parties, grandma's last tab, and then it's going to be like birthdays or anniversaries, or I just need a tab, and you're going to pay $20 a can from this guy.
You'll get what you want, man.
I'll take real good care of you. I'll wrap it up real good. I don't know what Painter's going to he'll probably be $19.98 or something. Try to undercut me a couple cents, but I don't know how many he ended up with because I knew he had 3, and then his wife went back down, so he might have got 5 or 6, and he maybe got 10 or 20. I don't know, but.
There's no telling with that guy.
But that's the thing, on the bolos, you always got to keep your eyes open when you're at stores. You never know what you're going to find.
You just don't know.
So, that was the other thing. Same store, my dad called me a few days ago and said, "Hey, are those NECA wafers still a thing? They got a case down here." And actually, they've been backing up in production, so they're kind of off the bolo list. But you never know. You got to keep those eyes
You
sharpened.
just got to do that. So we're always, like I said, we've been doing this podcast. It's coming up on the 2-year mark.
It is coming up on.
It's coming up on that 2-year mark.
Believe it or don't.
It's always about, I love it because throughout our life we'll be able to document and find out exactly what we were talking about, what date, everything's date and time stamped and all that fun stuff. But a year ago we had the San Jose trip. It was a good.
That was a good trip.
It was a push for the show. The boys had a good time.
That's when the Husky section was unveiled.
That was officially when the Husky section burst into the scene.
And it hasn't slimmed down at all since.
No, I think it's gotten a larger
Larger following.
So I was just thinking about that because I remember now. It was part of the great thing that my in-laws do for me. They just give you $150 to say, buy what you want.
And those are stock dividends.
And so it's like, and
You're going to be a little upset this year when you're getting World Cup cards off
tell me,
them.
the problem is I was pretty dang close to pulling the trigger on Wednesday. And you knew about it. I talked about going to a football game in Carolina.
Coastal Carolina.
Coastal. I thought about it.
The Teal Turf.
As soon as they announced, man, that'd be really cool to go to. But I just couldn't pull myself to spend $1,400 just on the admission to the game at that moment. And then I thought, man, how much do you think it'd cost to go to LSU, Alabama? And it was like $60 per ticket. And I thought, and I told my wife, I'm like, what do you think if we go? What do you think? And then we just kind of got in this COVID thing is just kind of...
Wait 6 months to a year.
And I thought, you know what, if you're going to have the full experience, like, do you really want to go when the stadium is
I mean,
minimal?
Coastal Carolina's going to come out here and beat BYU next year, so you can go watch it in person at home.
You just don't know. So
Or at some point, I guess.
where my money was going to go towards so that I could take the picture and post it on that. That's kind of what I was getting at is we've got the boys over here on the wall up at the, oh man, that place is so, we need some seafood. That's what really got me excited was all the seafood. I mean, win, lose, or draw, don't get me wrong, but if there's food involved, that's what makes me happy.
So what's the conclusion here?
I wanted to spend my money on a football game, but I didn't, so I think I might get practical and buy a snowblower.
Oh, well, I got a couple snowblowers.
I know.
You come over to the garage, we'll figure something out.
Are any of those working snowblowers?
Well, here's the thing. I got battery powered and I got the gas powered.
How good is that gas powered?
It's real good. Oh my Lord, Adam, you're getting a phone call. That's the one that I probably can't sell though for other reasons.
Well, that's the one I want.
I know.
The battery power just ain't gonna do it for me.
Well, we'll talk during the break.
Okay, well, we'll talk. I got cash money in the drawer.
I will talk during the break.
Okay, all right, we'll do that. So, in fact, let me check on.
Hey guys, it's D-Roy Everitt and Adam Beasley from the Deathpiles and Taxes podcast that you're listening to right now.
Your favorite account. I know it's the greatest thing in the whole world.
A lot of you have been asking what you can do to help the podcast out, and seriously, all we want is a review.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a 5-star review, but if not, be fair, at least a 4.
We know you're listening. Like I said, we see the numbers. We're all over the world. Like I said, it's just we see it. We appreciate everyone listening. Help us get a little higher up there. Help us get more new
Helps with
listeners.
the algorithms. People can help find us out, and it really does help. So if you can go to Apple, iTunes, that's where a lot of you are already listening, or wherever you're listening.
Spotify, Apple, all of these different things. They're all out.
Wherever you listen, give us you don't even have to write a review, just give us 5 stars. If you want to give us a review, that's cool too. We appreciate it, and keep listening.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Christmas time's coming, Adam.
Oh, I heard that I was going to go pick up the snowblower for $50. That sounds good.
$50, you dropped to 0 pretty fast.
Well, no, that's what you agreed to off the air.
Well, you didn't record it. We don't got a binding contract. You didn't write nothing down. Oh, yeah, exactly. Review the footage.
We'll review the footage.
Review the tape.
We've got it on there.
Next week when Adam's still shoveling snow by the handful. It's not even snowing this year. What are you worried about?
I don't know. I did have somebody sent me over this little video about match made in hell, and it had the devil meeting with 2020.
That's a good one.
I don't know. You seen that one yet?
Yeah, the guy sent it over to you.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. So
Yeah.
I kind of thought that was interesting. So what I mean by this is who knows if it ever snows again.
Or it will just snow nonstop here in January.
The nice thing
Sooner or
is,
later we're going to get ours.
I know that people talk about that. The fortunate part with what I do, this is what I do. I sit in here and see these big, beautiful windows. I get a look out. There could be snow to the ceiling, and I wouldn't care because I'm in here.
But you still have to get here.
Well, I know, but it's not far.
but it's far enough if there's snow out.
I'll get you that snowmobile you got in your backyard for $100. How's that sound?
$100 for that. Well, if you can tune it up, it's yours.
We'll do the bundle.
You get the kid over, you get out of the backyard, it's yours.
We'll do the bundle. I'll give you $100 for the snowmobile, and then I'll throw in $25 for the snowblower.
We haven't heard sirens for a while, but there they're going.
They're going. They didn't even leave from here.
It's starting to get stabby this time of year. They're getting ready to go free people from death, and they're getting those big wrecks from the slipping on and sliding on the ice.
Okay, sure.
Okay, we're off topic there, yeah.
Yeah, so what else are you making money on? I know it's Christmas time. You've packed the wagon. It's kind of that unique thing. I hope everybody listened. They got their shipping supplies. What are you hoping for? This is the last minute for people.
Not enough, but I got my inside source. I got little birdies, out there, always looking and helping me out. Tomorrow I have potential to pick up one of these game units that are coming out. So
wow.
Inside sources said that they have an inside track to a PlayStation 5 with. Adam's giving me the 1 minute. We're not recording this. Oh my!
They're hot. The sirens are out again.
So anyways, got an insider tip. That got an insider tip of when some things might be getting delivered, and I'm trying to get some of those PlayStation 5s with disc player in there. And if I can do that, I'm not going to do any of this local pickup Facebook Marketplace BS. I'm not going to put up with these people. Which I got a couple good fights this weekend, and it's.
Let's not get into it. Let's keep it positive.
We're not going to use the word scalper or scumbag. I'm a reseller. I think the word scalper that they like to use, or the scumbag, kind of makes you feel like prostitute. It's kind of that same connotation or feel. We don't like that. We are resellers. We are business people, and we are facilitating.
Yes.
Sure.
Which reminds me, I need to email a client. She had a question.
I don't even know what she was doing. But anyway, so hopefully I can pick up one of these game systems and then make a quick, $500 off of it. We'll see what happens. So we got that going. Really, besides that, it's been some cards. I actually sold a wrestling card to somebody that lives in this town.
Ooh. So
this is about the closest I've got to selling to somebody local, and. They actually sent me a message in the Facebook and said, "Hey, I just live next town over. Do you want to just drop it off?" And being eBay and all that, I didn't want to break the rules. Didn't want to break the rules. I said, "Hey, I'll just give you free shipping," and then they paid for it. But
yeah.
He collects a lot of wrestling cards, and he was looking for some Stings and some Undertaker stuff.
Ooh.
I got plenty of that, so hopefully a relationship will be made there, and I can sell him lots of things. I said, "Hey, go over to Phil's, my buddy Phil's card shop. If you're into cards, go check that out." So hopefully Phil gets a little business off that too. But really, what's going is probably there. I know we're getting closer to Christmas. One thing I'd say for some tips though is make sure your handling time is, if you can do same day or 1 day.
Yeah.
Shipping really matters at this time of year. I know last year we kind of talked about it, but if you can offer expedited shipping where you have a priority option that's like 1 to 2 days, even though the post office is way jammed up right now. Probably have an overnight option, and maybe go FedEx or UPS on there too, so people have the option if they want to pay more to get there faster, they can do that, regardless of what the item is.
I did just have a conversation with the Amazon Prime driver. He just dropped off something here that I ordered, and I kind of talked to him about it. So it's interesting. There's a lot of ways to get things quickly.
So what was he telling you?
Well, I asked him. I'm like, "Hey, so is this your route? Like, do you buy?" He's like, "No, I work with a guy. There's several of us that work there, and they kind of ship us out there. Up at American Fork. That's where the distribution center is." So, I think he just works for somebody. So.
No, that's all right. I mean, but he's probably busier than the old paper hanger right now.
He did. He definitely said he's busy right now. I mean, now's a busy time of year, and I don't know. It's kind of cool. Like, there's a lot of fun things out there. Like, so the world's kind of changing. Hopefully, everyone's doing well, healthy. I know the Rona got you. I've had some. How are you feeling?
I'm getting better. I still have a lingering cough. I get sore. It was really strange. I get really, really sore, like in my thighs and things, like when I go stand up.
Whoa.
It's and knotted up, and it's a lot better though compared to where I was to where I am now. It's a lot better.
So have you looked at like one of those like massage guns? The things
I
that shoot
thought
you?
about it, but the thought of shooting yourself in the thigh. You got not so much room for air.
Well, I know your buddy Pelican. Like I said, I know he is the expert in that kind of thing. Maybe you guys could.
I don't want Pelican
take turns
shooting
or something.
Massage gun. I think if you and your friend get in a massage gun relationship, you might become more than just friends, and then you might have to talk to your wives about it, and it's a slippery slope. So I haven't investigated that at all, Adam.
All right. Well, we'll let you take care of that off the air with your other friends.
But now you got me a little off in my head trying to figure out what I am doing.
You're wondering about things.
Well, I was going to tell you, the UPS guy, you were talking about not the FedEx, but the Amazon guy. We have UPS guys come to our, my work and stuff, and most of them have rented out like U-Haul type trucks and things like that.
Yes.
They're filled to the brim, and I mean, we're industrial at work where I'm at.
Yeah.
But they're filled to the brim, and they say, they're going till 7, 8 o'clock at night. All day just stops nonstop, and
Yeah.
it really is crazy. Online selling it's taken over. That's a majority. Even without the corona, it was getting pretty busy, but now it's just everyone's doing it. I'm sure you're doing it.
I will go out, kind of in that same thing as the world does go online, some of the things. There's still a lot of opportunity to kind of give back and make sure your community doesn't lose things. I just, for several of our clients we take care of on a monthly basis, we usually try and do something for Christmas for them. So I just went over and spent several hundreds of dollars on gift certificates for the Pineapple Restaurant.
Oh, you love that place.
I love me some pineapple. So went over there and, went over and said, hey, I need some certificates. Like I said, we bought several hundreds of dollars of them to give out to clients. So
And eBay ones as well
no,
for the clients.
I haven't done that.
So they can buy money from all of us and our listeners.
I haven't done that.
Except Pineapple Pete's.
That's a good idea. Well, the thing is I want Pineapple Pete's to stay.
Yeah, I know, but you could lie. These people don't know if you're lying or not.
Wow.
I mean, you could.
I don't do that. I'm
sure.
straightforward all the
Yeah,
time.
you're straight arrow Adam is what they call you.
That's right, exactly. We don't be.
That's why he does taxes. He doesn't lie, folks.
No ball.
You never heard a tax lawyer? I'm not calling you a lawyer. Accountant that doesn't bend the truth at all.
Where you blur the line is.
What he's saying that he buys eBay gift certificates to make you rich.
So that was just a thought. Like I said, it is again. It's getting close to Christmas time. Find those unique things that people like and enjoy.
I gotta tell you what I bought, Adam. I think I'm gonna make you jealous, and I had to make sure I bought it before I could talk to you about it, because I knew you'd go out. There's not a whole lot of them out there. I didn't want you outsourcing me, out getting my, my fill.
Okay.
I didn't want you swooping in and getting them before I could get them.
All right.
So we've been talking tickets a lot, and we've been talking about these cool items and things that are, what you want to have or you have memories and things of. I went ahead and I bought me a Fiesta Bowl ticket from when the Utah Utes were in the Fiesta Bowl, first ever BCS busing team. If you go back, Alex Smith at quarterback, who had just a well of a game the other night. And I bought me a Sugar Bowl ticket while I was at it when the Utah Utes beat your Alabama wave fighting
Crimson Tide.
Tide Rollers or something.
That's false.
So anyways, I bought both those items. I was talking to my wife about it. I said, I'd really like to get those and whatever. She goes, go for it. So I bought them the other day. I'm getting them shipped. I'm going to get them graded all real nice. And that's just going to be in the personal collection probably. Maybe I'll have them up for sale for like, I don't know, $20,000, something crazy if somebody wants to pay that. But I thought that's really, those are pretty unique items. They're to us locally. I was buying a lot of jazz and had jazz things. But I'm like, those were some real good memories that we had with those teams. And for those of you out there that might have access to this kind of thing, instead of just selling me the raw ticket, what you should do is get it graded and then make me pay through the nose hole. But anyways, Adam, what do you think about that?
I will say something. I might have made an accusation in our text message. I brought up some tickets. Mr. JCP, he was kind enough to take some pictures of the stubs that he had. And I shared a ticket from the Miami game, and I basically accused him of potentially swooping in and grabbing my tickets because I went to buy them.
You don't lie, but you accuse friends of stealing things from you. So that's when you accused him of it. I knew that's how you operated, so I had to hurry and do it before I showed you what was available.
Well, what I did is the guy who he made me an offer, and I went on it to try and buy it, and it didn't work. It said it was gone. So my assumption was that somebody swooped in. Because who else is getting? People on the podcast must be listening.
They must be thinking your BYU Cougar tickets of 19 and 90. This is the time to strike. The iron is hot. Adam is looking for them. I'm gonna get them and make him pay.
So that's kind of there was several years involved, lots, and they're good, colorful tickets. They have the years, they have the game, and well and behold, to my knowledge.
Well, who will forget the Arizona State game of 1990 North Stand, 1996. It looks like
Michael F. Durbin. He was probably there.
Excuse me.
That's his name, Michael Franklin Durbin.
Okay.
We'll go out the full names on here. But what I'm saying is, I guess somehow something happened, and actually I'm the guy that was able to buy those tickets.
There was a glitch in the matrix. So here's what it is. So not only does Adam find them, he makes an offer on it, so he lowballs the seller, which, whatever, we're all good with. We're sellers, we understand how it happens. But then he accuses one of our other friends of buying them out from under him, and then come to find out that it was him all along. So you bought him, you accused Jimmy, who's never done anything bad to anyone, Cheapy Pants, of stealing these tickets out from you, when in fact you're the one that did it.
Yes, and they should be here tomorrow, so I'm kind of excited about that. I'm not these are the ones that really got me excited, because there's several in there, and I thought, man, this is a good deal. So I'm excited about that.
That's a good find.
The other thing I will tell you is, man, as I get these things delivered, I bought a full sheet of tickets, uncut, and I'll be danged if it came and I took my scissors and just snipped the edge and I cut one of the tickets.
Well, why?
Exactly.
Why did you do that?
Because I couldn't get my envelope cutter on the thing.
Oh, it was how they packaged it.
Yes, they packaged it like that, so I was a little disappointed.
I might return that. You're not interested in some Utah Jazz 1996 playoff ticket sheets, are you?
No, because I know you're asking gajillions of dollars.
No, I'll make you a good deal.
Yeah, just like
It's
the
Christmas.
snowblower.
Hey, we throw it in with that snowblower and whatever else you're buying from me. It'll be
The snowmobile, so I can get
the snowmobile. There you go. There you go.
Ceiling.
Well, that's you solve problems some days.
I sure do. I just clean out your death pile.
Well, that's those are all good items and good things. I don't know. It's either gonna go real well for us or not on these. But when we're outsourcing and doing our things, you gotta be creative. And usually I have hot Christmas toys, hot Christmas things I'm after. And this year it's just not been in the cards for me. I think ever since the big figure league activities from old that we talked about last week, people are a lot more close to the vest with what they're sourcing and what they're selling around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Because that blew up, and it blew up pretty fast. So.
Well, even with us, like I said, people are understanding. Like, hey, if you take the time and you learn how to do it, we've grown, time after time in the last couple of years, and now this is coming up on the third, almost the third Christmas that we've been airing. So, it just really makes sense of as people learn more. It becomes easier to sell and do these kind of things, especially as they learn how to use Sellhound. It just makes listing better, easier. The more items you can put in your store, the better off you are.
I was going to say with Sellhound, probably won't do a new commercial. I was thinking about making us do a Christmas one, but a lot of people do get like new clothes and new stuff for Christmas, and they donate or get rid of the old. Throw that up on the Sellhound.
Yeah.
Make some money fast, list it fast. I haven't talked a lot about it, but we use it and we believe in it. And
my favorite $8 Under Armour, Utah Valley University, where I graduated from. I was not kindly asked to leave. They did, because I was there for so long. It took me so long to graduate. They said, "Sir, can you please just finish and leave?" But I got this at Savers for $7.
$7.
And it's realistically, it's probably like a $60 sweatshirt.
If you put it on the old Sellhound, they take care of it before you go get you a new one.
Yeah, so.
Well, you're probably happy with it.
I'm super happy about it. So, just like I said, I've had some really fun things. Like I said, we're enjoying what we do. So hopefully you can find a niche. Hopefully you can find your thing.
Well, yes, that's the thing with Christmas and the holidays and whatever you celebrate, whatever you're doing out there. This time of year we get a lot of items, we get a lot of things. So kind of just instead of hoarding all the others in like a Tupperware, tote, whatever in the back room with the kids' toys and stuff, sell that stuff, right?
Yeah.
We've heard from you. We've heard from Waddy. Remember, Waddy would sell. I think he worded it, the toys that parents thought kids would like, the more expensive, look fancy toys that kids don't care about.
Yeah.
Sell to other parents, make your money off that. Get them. I don't know what kids want or what they're doing this time of year, but just kind of recycle that, make some money off of it instead of just donating it or just throwing it away or just storing it for the next 3 decades.
Yeah, like I said, do something with it. Make some money. Like I said, have some options. So, can I hit you with some tax stuff?
Please.
We are coming to the very end of the year. It is 10, 20, 23 days away. We'll be into the next year, which means the world is going to change. 2021 is going to be better, different. So
the summer of 2021, we're going to have to record the podcast, 5 in a day because we're going to be out doing.
That's right.
We're going to be out sourcing. We're going to be out, partying, eating, drinking, and being merry.
That's right. But tax time is coming. You really want to get caught up. I know it sounds crazy. Whatever you've been doing, get a list of how much money you've made, how much money you've spent. You're really going to want to start thinking about that now. Don't let the stress of filing taxes or learning about everything, pull up your bank statements, depending on how much volume you're doing. Hopefully if you're doing lots of volume, you've got some sort of, software. Derek uses the GoDaddy bookkeeping. I know other people use an Excel spreadsheet, Google Sheets, or QuickBooks Online. It just really kind of depends on your level of intensity. But get that together. Like it says, get that together. Make sure that everything is going so that you're not stressed about what.
Well, let's do a quick rundown. I know we kind of do this every year, but we get new listeners. We got new people listening all the time. As far as kind of the simple stuff like mileage and like what you can and can't kind of deduct, but as far as cost of goods sold, just kind of the basics of what, if you just started selling this year, what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to get that email alert from either eBay or PayPal that says you got to pay taxes. They're going to freak out, and hopefully they find this episode.
Yeah.
So now they're here. Kind of just quick basics of what you can and can't or should or shouldn't. As far as deducting what to look for.
The nice part is so we send out all our clients a pretty straightforward sheet to kind of give them idea. The hard one is this is how you're talking about it, is cost of goods sold, is inventory items. Sometimes people get so caught up and worked up saying, well, I bought a bunch of stuff and it was like $200, so how much is this thing worth? How much is that thing worth? Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't get so overhyped about something that doesn't matter. In the accounting world, we call it de minimis. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't change anything. So you really want to, so that's why it's nice either have one bank account, have one credit card, so you can, have everything in one spot. But you're going to want to keep track of miles. Like I said, that's one thing. There's several apps that will do it now. If you're buying your fuel, like I said, you're going to have some kind of thing. Keep track of miles, keep track of your meals and entertainment. In a perfect world, you're making, several thousands, $10,000, $15,000 because of what you're doing. In the reality world, a lot of people are spending just as much as they're making, which that's fine too. That's the idea. But the big thing is you don't want to take large losses, because then the IRS looks at it like this is a hobby, like it's not a business. How can this guy bring in $15,000 but then spend $25,000? Like you're going to lose all day long. The weird thing about this is you're going to have income. If you're selling, you have to have income. You're going to have income because you're selling things, which means you have to have records of filing your taxes. You can't just not file your taxes. Yes, you might think, well, it's under the limit. There's no reason not to file your taxes. You know what I mean?
That's the thing that baffles me. You'll see it a lot in Facebook groups or online. The reseller things is like, well, I'm under, I don't remember if it's 200 items or
yeah, a certain number of transactions.
$2,000. I get mixed up with the gambling, what you got to pay taxes for, and the reselling. But there's so many transactions or dollar figure where they'll automatically send it. But if you're out doing it, it makes more sense, especially what do you get for mileage anymore? It's like 58 cents a mile. Now, if you think about how long it takes you to drive to Savers or yard sales or whatever you're doing, those miles add up pretty fast. The post office, where you drop off your stuff, I mean, that adds up pretty fast.
Yep. Then you include your cell phone bill, your internet bill, I mean, all of these things, because that's what you're doing. So there are a lot of items.
So if you're trying to get under it so you don't have to pay or declare your taxes on it, which you should be doing, I mean, honestly, you should be, but a lot of people try to escape that system.
By law, you have to.
By law, you have to. If you talk to Adam, you have to. But you should be, because you can deduct all those things, and you're actually you're costing yourself. You think that you're getting away or pulling the wool over Uncle Sam's eyes. Yeah, you think you're working Uncle Sam over, but really you're kind of working yourself over if you look at all the stuff that you're doing to avoid. I mean, the mileage alone, a lot of times I procrastinate. I'll put it in the GoDaddy bookkeeping. But what usually I'll do is towards the end of this month, I'll have a couple days, and I just go, like Adam said, I have a credit card for all my reselling, and so I'll just go through that credit card, and okay, this day I went here, this day I went there, and just start kind of plugging in those miles. And when I see that dollar figure kind of start going, I'm thinking, man, that's a lot of deduction just on that alone. And then, yeah, you have everyone's using their cell phone to list.
Yeah.
You got your internet at home that you're using.
Absolutely.
Depending on what you're doing. I mean, talk to Adam up accounting. You can find him pretty easy. He does cost like a lot of money to have a first initial appointment, as we learned last week. To actually just get to know him, it's a couple $100, but have him do your taxes, he's pretty fair and affordable.
That's right.
So anyway, but you can get somebody like Adam or an accountant that understands what's going on, and they'll save you some money, and that's deductible as well.
Exactly. There's so many things that are real business expenses. But new computers. Anything.
Even the paper. If you think how much paper, if you're printing off paper to ship things or rolls of for your
shipping
print,
items.
yeah. I mean,
there's a lot of things that go into running a business, and that's there's a lot there. And if you again are leveling up and getting like some of our listeners are, you're going from a room in your house to some sort of a warehouse or some sort of storage unit. I mean, which is all great. All those things are. It's the idea to make money. It's you're having fun, but you're making money, and a lot of people it's their full-time gig.
So yeah, if you have a warehouse, you have a desk, maybe you're getting a van. I mean, it's there's money to be had.
There is
money to be had. So have that money.
I'll finish up on one. You all right if we derail a little bit?
I think it's about time.
Like I said, we're all here to make money, to have fun.
It's nothing but a good time.
But I will get in and talk about this one thing. I think that there are too many people that are thin-skinned right now. That we can't speak with each other with some actual kindness and actual human respect. I think it goes back to that, like, when you were kids, you might say something behind somebody's back, but when the bully gets in front of his face, are you really going to say it to him? Because if he does, he's going to punch you in the nose. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, I think that's what a lot of people have kind of turned to. And that's just what a lot of things are. We see more of the negativity than we do the positivity. That those negative people, unfortunately, for a lot of people, make it hard to want to do things, to make it want to interact. We joke a lot on the show about different things and different political views and kindness. I don't care who, and I don't think you ever should. If somebody supports one party or the other party, it doesn't matter. I'm going to boycott you, Derek, because you believe this certain thing, or you believe, like, you're still a human being. Like, I have a business that I repair cars. Because I support something doesn't mean that you shouldn't come frequent my business. Like, those kind of things. If that's the kind of person you're becoming, you're very politicized, and you're now saying, well, if you disagree with me, then you can't be a human being. Does that kind of make sense?
Well, I think definitely on both sides there's getting to be extremism, I'll just say, and we usually don't get political, so we'll try not to. But me and Adam don't necessarily agree on politics, but here we are doing a podcast, and I won't come do my taxes here, or you won't come buy a snowblower for me because of Joe Blow or because I voted for Quimby for mayor or whatever. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I think I do agree that it is getting crazier.
It's getting out, and I've seen a couple things here locally, and I'm just like, man, guys, like, we're in the same place, like, we're in the same community, like, just because I don't see eye to eye, which is let's be honest, is great. Like, we need different points of views. That's how the world has expanded. That's how things have. If we're all like-minded in the same thing.
The wheel never gets invented if somebody's not thinking a little differently.
Exactly. That's the whole purpose, is to kind of get outside of your circle, have conversations that are not necessarily uncomfortable, but they are. Like, see it from somebody else's point of view.
and you might not agree with it, but at the same point, it's never bad to have another person's know where they're coming from, so to speak.
Yeah, and you can see something will say, oh, well, I've never thought about it that way. And I think that's, as you get older.
Like some people in the McRib, they're like, I'm never even going to eat that. I haven't even tried that. It's like, just try it. It's here for a limited time. You might not like it, but you might love it.
I like that. You're kind of, that's the kind of example. Food is a really good eye opener. You know, if you haven't tried something, just because you haven't tried it doesn't mean.
And you just know that you're not going to like it. It doesn't matter. I just know that I won't like it. Well, maybe try it.
Maybe give it an opportunity.
Maybe you do like seafood. You just haven't had it prepared right.
That's right. So that's I don't know. I felt bad for somebody that I know. They said they really kind of got beat down in a sense, and I'm like, man, you know what? There's just it's too short. Like life's too short to be a jerk to other people because they say something.
I mean,
you don't agree with.
if somebody's operating an automobile industry and they're waving Nazi flags or something like that, I'm not going to go do my business with them. But
Correct.
if it's like this or that or the other, it's like, well, are you a good person? Are you going to do a good job with my automobile?
Yeah.
Do I feel trustworthy and like you're going to treat me fair? And that's how it should be. I mean, get to know people. It's a lot of these online. I kind of went off the other day about it, but it is, and I can be the same way. These keyboard warriors that if we're sitting face to face in a room, no one's going to act this way. Well, they're getting to more and more where some people will act this way, but it's really weird. I don't know if it's generational or what's happened, but it's like a me mindset.
Yes.
It's me or mine,
Yes.
and I don't care about you. Care about others. To take care of other people. I mean, not necessarily neglect yourself, but the same, you don't just go out of your way to, I'll bring it back to that same Xbox that we bring it over. It's like, well, my family needs that, everyone should get it, whatever, I can supply and demand, I'll go nuts on it, but it's like, it's just, if I get it, great, and if not, whatever, this guy's got it, he can sell it, whatever. Or the Christmas spirit of like, just being generous, being happy with other people, just goodness. I think that's what you're trying to say is just be nice to people and you'd be surprised what happens.
Yeah, and it is. It's all karma. Like I said, if you do good things, they'll come back to you. The moral of the story, the old saying that the nice guy finished last, like, that's just not true.
Not usually. I mean, it's the whole, well, you won the battle but not the war kind of thing. Sometimes nice guys do get kind of ran over or whatever, but in the long run, they prevail.
Like
They usually prevail.
If you're kind to people, if you treat them the way that you want to be, if anything, you be the bigger person.
Well, and in sourcing, to bring it back to that too, when we talk about yard sales or whatever, you can be a bully. You can go in there and say, this is worth $5. I'm not going to give you a penny over, and kind of browbeat the guy. I don't want to do business with that person. No. And I usually won't make a deal, and I'll say, whatever, move along. But if somebody comes and he's like, hey, maybe you don't say you're a reseller, but hey, this cool item, I really like it. We take $5. Who are you more likely to do the business with?
Exactly.
And then you build relationships, and like our card guy Phil, right? You go over to Phil's shop, he's all buttering you up, and I'll spend my money there, and he's a great guy. But also on the back end of like, if you're to go there and he's just like, it's just friendly, it's just a good atmosphere, and you think, man, I'm going to go back over there, I'm going to keep doing business with him. I like giving him my money versus when you go to a big box store, and if you can't find anything, they don't really put you in that direction. Customer service isn't there, friendliness isn't there.
It's not what they do.
So, I mean, be that guy that people want, and then you have that relationship in the future. So now, whenever I need a card or whenever I need something, Phil's going to have it for me. He's going to take care of me because he's built me as a customer. Well, that's the same with you on eBay or whatever you're selling. If you can build a rapport with people, even if you're going to yard sales, there's people that clean out storage units, so on and so forth, a million ways. Thrift store owners, if you get that good rapport and they know that you're a good person, you're nice to them, you treat them with respect, when you go in there, they're going to say, hey, I noticed that you buy a lot of this item. Come over here and see what I got.
Yep.
And I'm going to give you a good price because I like you.
And you might not think, well, that doesn't relate to me. It does, because we all do it. I mean, as I continue buying and selling stuff on eBay, my ranking continues to go up. Same with yours. Like I said, if you have a good rapport with people, like, okay, I'm not going to have an issue. I'm not going to be worried about getting swindled.
Well, I've had plenty of people on eBay that say, hey, I'm a return buyer. They'll send me over an offer, return buyer, thank you. And, they ask for a couple dollars off. I'm more than happy to take that.
Yeah.
Versus the guy that comes on and says, hey, this is a piece of crap. I saw your Facebook. I know who you are.
I know who you are.
I'm
where
gonna
you
come by
live.
your house if you don't give me a deal, blah blah. And then you're like block and call the cops.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that'd be good to each other out there. I know holiday season. I think Hanukkah kicks off. I think it's the 10th this year.
Yeah.
We got Christmas here. I mean, whatever you do, whatever you celebrate,
Kwanzaa,
be kind to one another. You know, that's just simple stuff.
Boxing Day.
Me and Adam like to give each other a hard time. I like to shout about things, but really, when it comes down to it, it's all good.
I'm right and he's wrong.
Or I'm wrong and he's right. Who knows?
That's the way it usually is. It's perspective. It's point of view.
Oh, Boxing Day coming up. I used to think Boxing Day was like, boxing in the ring fighting day. I didn't think it was returning your goods to the store day.
I don't. Maybe we'll have to have one of our Canadians.
And why don't we have a Boxing Day? It's just an extra day after Christmas. So what really, I know you can make your own hours and you open up your store and you're a business owner, so you can do whatever you want. But for those of us that have full-time jobs, what happens for most of us on the blue collar side, a lot of the other side, they get extended through the New Year's.
Yeah.
But a lot of us have to go depending how it lines up. The 26th we're back to work.
Oh yeah.
So you get New Year, Christmas Eve, maybe. You get Christmas Day for sure, most people, unless you're working. I mean, people do have to work it.
Yeah.
But then you're back, and I think what Boxing Day was just like invented so that you could return your goods, but it was just an excuse that I think Canada and England, I'm not sure everywhere that celebrates it, just basically they get the 26th off as well, and that's just good business.
I don't.
We have, I don't know why we don't do some things. That was a good thing to do.
There's a lot of things I don't know what we do.
I'm going to call out the guy that's leaving before he gets out. Maybe we can fix that, and I'm calling up the guy that's getting put in, and maybe we can fix that. But we should have new holidays
And we don't
more
know-
time off for people.
And we don't know if that's going to be in a month or in 4 years in a month. We'll wait and see.
But wait, it's all on hold right now.
The one thing that we do know is there are two things in life that are for certain.
That would be Deathpiles.
And taxes.